here we're out at Haby's property near Walker's Flat, and last time we were here, Phil, you were busy moving a lot of soil, trying to flatten it out. It was a really big wind blowout area from the year or so before, and you were doing it in a fairly risky situation. It was probably back in April, and there was a bit of apprehension as to how you're going to get cover over here. Looking now, really happy with the results. So what happened?
Well, as you would all know, the rain come pretty late, so made it a bit more of a challenge to get a cover on this country, and we did so with barley, which is probably not our preferred cereal, but anyway, we did. It blew away, and where we're standing here, there's a lot of rye, which is what we replanted with a disc seeder. So to avoid disking out, or to avoid ripping out the original crop, so it was done with a disc seeder, and then we spread chicken manure at about roughly 5 tonne to the hectare. Not an exact science, but that's what it would have been.
So Phil, just tell us about the practicalities of using this in your farming system, particularly on your sands.
Well, it's time consuming to spread, but when you do spread it, but it does take rainfall to work, so it can be a bit disappointing in a year like this where we haven't had enough rainfall
to break it down.
But it does last about 3 years in the soil before you see no result for it, so, or little result. But in the meantime, you brought your organic capacity of your soil up. So
yeah. So I think
it's not an overall fix, but it's a heck of a good tool. So just to go back one step, we had opportunities to resow this with a small amount of rain here and there, and that rye is just outstanding. It's vampire rye, and it just does grow.
Excellent. Well done. Great job.
I'm happy with the result because the laser bucket makes it level, so it's better. So the wind doesn't sweep it as much.
Yeah, and it means that you will be able to crop it, harvest it. You've levelled it enough to do that.
Yes, absolutely. That was always our aim. The paddock next door over there, that's what we've done over there. We've levelled it enough so we can harvest it.
Yep. Here's a big bucket for moving the soil around. Can you just describe a bit about it and how you use it?
Okay, it's an O'Brien 4.5 metre and holds about 13 cubic metres of dirt, which translates to 25 tonne roughly. We're pulling a 425 horsepower John Deere articulate. The whole outfit's about 2004, 2005, and we've done roughly 8,000 hours of moving dirt with this tractor and bucket combination. It's starting to look a bit sorry now because it's wear and tear of what it's been doing. I lay a lot of roads with it, and also sand hill reclamation.
So in terms of that sand hill reclamation or fixing up areas and levelling them out, is there any tips of things that you should definitely do or not do?
It's a real trick. So what you do is you cut through the middle of the hill and you make that first cut level.
Right, yeah.
And then you've got something to work to. So,
okay, so start through the middle and then try and
you try and get a nice even grade, and you try and finish that to where you think it's going to be, where you want it, and then you can work each way.
And so where are you dumping that take from the centre then?
Well, say for instance now we've got a hole. Obviously you'll bring it in from one side and you'll bring it in from the other side. And you'll cut the bank through and you'll cut that bank through and fill it in the middle. So you finish up with a nice, even, smooth slope over a hill.
So just try and get that nutrition back. Obviously, it's really helped. So you've got, and you've also cross-sown this a bit to get that coverage.
Correct.
So even though it was a really challenging situation, you kept at it. Even though you lost the first crop that you put in a lot of this area, you've re-established it, and even in a probably decile 1 year, maintain this sort of cover. What are you going to make sure you do and don't do to bring this right back to health?
Well, we would like to get a legume on this country as soon as possible, but I would think not this coming year because I don't think there's enough base cover here.
Yep.
So it would be too risky to open it up again. So we'll be looking at what we can plant here that's going to stay here, and probably do another dose of chicken manure just on this country.
And you'll keep the stock off it?
Yeah, we've been keeping the stock off it, yeah.
Yeah, and sow it as early as possible, I imagine.